Hi everyone, it's Stacy from PeonyLaneDesigns.com. Have you subscribed to the channel yet? If not, click the little blue button. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, comment down below, like this video, and click the bell icon to be notified. We are going to fix a table today. So this table, I just took it out of the shop. I had painted the top. Remember, I needed, like, if you've been on the channel a while, I needed a table really quick in the booth. This one, there was nothing really wrong with it. It had some water damage on the top, so I just quickly sanded down and painted the top. But it didn't sell. So I had a price tag on it. It didn't sell. And then I did notice some things about it. So this is one of the magazine tables. These are like kit tables back in the day. You can see it all unscrews here. These are screws here. And what happens over time is all this stuff gets loose and things start coming apart. So I had noticed that on this one, this had been tightened down, but let me show you. So do you see how there's this gap here? Let me get that real close. See that gap right there? They had tightened it down so that it looked like it was coming apart. All you have to do, because they're like kits, is unscrew this little piece here. Unscrew the other one on the other side. Just loosen them. And then push that back down and tighten it back in place. This one's not in place on this side. Yeah, I gotta put it down. Gap's gone. There's one on the other side too. So we've got a gap right there. We're gonna do the same thing. And basically, I'm just gonna tighten up the whole thing. It's stupid. That's what happens is these things get loose. And what I see is people coming into the store and they take the table and they go to see if it's loose, right? Of course, some of them are loose. They get loose over time, but it's just screws. They're just little tightening screws. It's crazy to me. All right, so let's push that back down, tighten that. Push this back down, tighten this. All we're doing is tightening screws. This one's loose, this one's loose, the bottom ones are loose, loose, very loose. These screw in. So if you feel a table a little wobbly and you take these spindles and you just twist them, because they're already tight because I had tightened them down. But then there's these little wing nuts and you tighten those down. So don't be afraid of a piece of furniture. Not all pieces of furniture are like glued together and it's going to be a lot of work. Pieces like this are just, first you have to loosen the screws, put everything back in place, then just tighten it. You can use, I want to call it wash lock, but I know that's wrong. I call it the blue stuff. Let me figure out what it is officially, because it's good. Hang on. Gosh, I was so close. I'm still not back from my trip mentally. It's Loctite blue. So thread locker blue. So it's made by Loctite and it's thread locker blue. That'll make sure these never come out. Again, I'm not going to do that, but what we are going to do, I can't talk today, but what we are going to do is paint the rest of this because nobody wanted it like this. The two-tone hasn't been real popular for me. So we're going to paint it, but I have, see these little nipple things here? they cover up the screws that are in there. And there's one missing. And I don't have replacements. I should have replacements, but I don't. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop all of them off. And then I'm going to tighten those screws down so they never come out. And we're going to wood fill them. Because nobody will buy it with the missing little plug. So we just have to make sure that all of our pieces look great. We're going to fill those holes where the little nipple thing is. I don't know what to call it. It's a plug or a nipple. I don't know. So we're going to take those out. We're going to wood fill them. We're going to paint the rest of the body. And I'm thinking I might do something fancy to the top. I have a stencil I've had for a really long time and it's never been used. And I think it's time to use up some of the stuff that I have. This one is a Harlequin stencil. It was sent to me by the manufacturer, which God bless them. I don't do the things that they sent it to me for, which was walls. So it's this giant wall stencil. It would just lay perfectly on the top of that. And then we can do like a Harlequin pattern on the top. But I'm still on the fence about that one. I'm not sure that people... You get too fancy with furniture sometimes and people are like, me. I know, because I fancy up a lot of furniture and it doesn't sell. Then I'm stuck with it. You know what I mean? Sometimes just a straight paint job is enough. Well, that's a game time decision. We're going to pull those pieces off there, tighten it up, and wood fill it right now. Because that's what we need to do first. And then we need to let that dry, sand the base, and get a coat of paint on this thing. And I think I'm going to stick with the gray that I did on the top. Although gray furniture isn't selling really well. I don't think I can open the gray. I couldn't open it the other day before I left. And I don't think it's gotten any easier to open. These paint cans are terrible. These jars from Fusion, if it's not perfectly clean when you close it, yeah, it's just sealed itself shut. I sealed it shut by not cleaning all the paint off the rim before closing it. But now I can't even break the paint seal. I mean, I hit this thing with a hammer. I wedged it up underneath there with a screwdriver. Okay, to get these out, you just get the flathead under there and then break it, apparently. Come on out of there. Oh my gosh, this wood is so brittle. I'm going to have to get a pliers on that. There. I don't even need the pliers. So now that one's out of there. What do you got in there? Flatheads? Phillips? Oh. That's still pretty tight. I'm just going to wedge the other three out. Should I have these? Probably. But usually if I find these and they're missing one, I just fill it. All right, they're all off. Oh, I think that... Try Phillips in there. Do I have a Phillips? Evidently, I do not on the board. I have my screwdrivers. I don't like when people take my stuff. I got it. Yeah, it's Phillips. Ooh, that one was loose. Okay. They are all tight now. Those are all Phillips too. So let's tighten these down as long as we got this out. That's the nice thing about vintage furniture is it can be tightened. It can be repaired. Oh, that one was really loose. We're tightening that. There we go. Ooh, that one was too. All right, we were pretty close to having a wobbly top because those were kind of loose. Now, she ain't going nowhere. Like, she is good. So I use Verdick's Plastiwood because I like the way the pink turns white when I'm ready to sand. You use whatever wood filler you want to use. I am not your mother. I'm not in charge of you. I just take the wood filler, any wood putty you want, and fill the hole, right? And we got to push it down in there. There we go. Just get that pushed in there. I had somebody make the comment that I was using spackling, like hole filler. Verdick does make a hole filler, but they also make Plastiwood. Get the Plastiwood. Okay. You can use the hole filler though when you're just using like filling little holes. I just know that if I try and sell this table without those little wood, like one missing wood thing, forget it. Won't happen. So I'm pushing all that down. So now we just wait for that to dry and then we're going to sand the whole base and paint it gray. If I can get the gray open. If not, we're going to paint it blue because I really like that blue that we did on the other table. I really like that blue. Like, trying to crack that and it just was not happening. And I'm like, okay, eventually it's either going to break or it will or it will open. So break or open, that's where we're going for here. I got it. Haha. Okay. So now I got it. We can finish the base in the gray. But we still have to wait for the plasterwood to dry and then sand the base. We have to prep the surface. Definitely want to wear a respirator with this old stain. You don't want to be breathing that crap in because I don't even want to know what chemicals they used back then, but I'm going to get a dust mask to put on. I don't know where my respirator is. Used to be hanging on the board. It is no longer there, so dust mask it is. It's literally taken me all day to get to this point because, you know, I don't want to do it. Anyone want to pet a cow? I got my cow. It's a pet a cow moment because I don't want to paint all those spindles. So Harriet needs to like comfort me right now. For those of you who are new here, petting a cow is shorthand for I need the love. I need to pet a cow. I need to calm down because I don't want to do it. I hate painting all those spindles. Such a pain in the butt. But there's no hope for it. There's no way around it. It's got to be painted. I either have to paint it or I have to get rid of it. And that's not what we do here. I really had hoped somebody would buy it and I wouldn't be stuck painting the spindles. I tried so hard to scam somebody into buying it. I thought that two-tone paint would work. It didn't work. Let's see what we've got. I'll start up here. Yeah, it's going to be so much prettier. Now we'll start getting into the spindle portion, and there's no way to do a spindle except the flip flap, flip flap, flip flap. Now I saw somebody take a sock and dunk it in the paint and then use it to go around the spindles, and all I kept thinking was, that's a lot of excess paint. Maybe if I had a lot of spindles to do, or I didn't care how much paint I was using, but I don't think that method is for me. You got to flip flap for me. It's like flip flap, flip flap. This smooths it out. And every time I paint spindles, I say, I'm never going to pick another piece of spindles. Here we go again. I'm going to do this. I'm going to listen to an audiobook or watch some bad TV. I don't know, something. And when you come back, when the next you see, this will all be done. At least one coat. I gotta let it dry so I can flip it over. I painted the underside of the table completely. Here and down here. Just so it's finished off. So I gotta wait for that to dry. Flip it over and then get up underneath there. So the spindles, I can see where there are missing spots that will sort themselves out when you flip it upside down. Yeah. It's not stunt painting. She's really painting. Oh, yeah. I paint all over me when I paint. It's not pretty at all. I'm not a pretty painter. I get the job done and I get it done right. Let's let that dry. We'll come back to it. Anyone see a problem? Anyone? Yeah, they're two different color grays. I don't know. I don't know what this one is. This must be magic gray. And I could have sworn I painted it with the Fusion. Oh, well. Gotta repaint the top then in the Fusion. I'm just painting away. Didn't even notice until I flipped it over. It's like, huh, well, that's not right, is it? Oh, I've got it flipped over, as you can see. And now I'll finish painting the rest of it and recoat the top in the new color. I don't drink. I'm just going to state that for the record. I don't. I swear to God. I'm going to kick myself. Okay. Got my brush. I'm going back to town. Well, it's all one color now. That's about all I'm going to get done for today. It was a lot of dry time, a lot of stuff going on. My daughter's taking a shower. You can hear her radio going. Sorry about the background noise. She can't hear me. She's in there in a minute she'll start singing, and I'm not trying to embarrass her. It was funny because we all did it, right? We're all teenagers in the shower. Anyway, I would like your feedback. So right now, this is what we've got. It's just plain gray everywhere. I'd love to hear from you guys if you think I should do something to the top. maybe decoupage something on there, or possibly, like I said, I've got that stencil with the Harlequin pattern on it. Have never used it. Might be a different look. Maybe we could just do, like, since this is very matte, I could take the Harlequin pattern stencil, lay it down, and do a glossy spray over the top, so you would just see matte gloss Harlequin pattern instead of changing colors. We could just leave it the way it is. I could do a grain stripe, like a feed sack stripe down the middle. I've done that on tables before. They turn out amazing. I've sold them. So I mean, we can do like something like that and do like a green stripe down the center of it. Let me know. So comment down below. Let me know your suggestions. Do we leave it like it is? Should we do some embellishment? And if so, what kind of embellishment? I appreciate you guys watching. If you've got a table like this, don't forget, all you need to do is tighten the screws. You don't have to take the whole thing apart. Just give it a little tightening here and there. And it'll tighten right up and you won't be wobbling anymore. So don't pass them up. They're still very good tables. All right. Thanks for watching. Happy chunking. Bye.
Visit my blog, peonylanedesigns.com, for more tips, tricks, and inspiration. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll be notified of new videos. I post every week DIY tutorials and, of course, more junkin' videos.